The story of the Trojans is one of the most famous tales from Greek mythology and centers around the city of Troy, its fall, and the legendary Trojan War. The story has been retold in numerous works of literature, most notably in Homer's epic poems, the Iliad and the Odyssey. Here is the full story of the Trojans. The origin of Troy. The story of Troy begins with its founder, King Tros, who was a son of Erichthonius, the mythical king of Dardania. Tros had 3 sons, Elos, Assaracus, and Ganymede. The city of Troy was named after Elos, who, according to some versions, found the city and named it after himself. The Judgment of Paris. The Trojan War, the most famous event in Troy's history, was sparked by the so-called Judgment of Paris. Eris, the goddess of discord, was not invited to the wedding of King Peleus and the sea nymph Thetis. In retaliation, she tossed a golden apple inscribed with the words, "To the fairest," into the midst of the wedding guests, causing a dispute among 3 goddesses, Hera, Athena, and Aphrodite, each claiming the apple for herself. To settle the dispute, Paris, a prince of Troy and a shepherd at the time, was chosen to judge. Each goddess tried to bribe Paris. Aphrodite promised him the most beautiful woman in the world, Helen of Sparta, in exchange for choosing her. Paris awarded the apple to Aphrodite, and thus began the chain of events that would lead to the Trojan War. The abduction of Helen. Paris, driven by his love for Helen, traveled to Sparta and seduced her. He then took her back to Troy, which led to a coalition of Greek city-states, including Mycenae and Sparta, under the leadership of King Agamemnon, to declare war on Troy. This marked the beginning of the Trojan War, which lasted for 10 long years. The Trojan War. The Trojan War was a brutal and bloody conflict. It involved legendary heroes such as Achilles, Hector, Ajax, and Odysseus. The Greeks besieged the city of Troy, and the Trojans defended their home fiercely. The war featured numerous epic battles and heroic feats, as well as tragic losses on both sides. The wooden horse. The turning point in the war came with the ingenious Greek stratagem of the Trojan horse. The Greeks, unable to breach the walls of Troy, pretended to abandon the siege and left behind a massive wooden horse as a supposed offering to the gods. The Trojans, not knowing it was filled with Greek soldiers, brought the horse inside their city as a trophy. That night, the Greek soldiers emerged from the horse and opened the gates for the rest of the Greek army, leading to the fall of Troy. The fall of Troy. As the Greeks infiltrated the city, a terrible battle ensued. Hector, the great Trojan hero, was killed by Achilles, and the city was set on fire. The Trojans suffered a catastrophic defeat. The most famous account of the fall of Troy is found in the Aeneid, an epic poem by the Roman poet Virgil. Aeneas and the survivors. Not all Trojans were killed in the war. Aeneas, a Trojan hero, managed to escape the burning city with his father Anchises, his son Ascanius, and a small group of followers. Their wanderings are the subject of another epic, the Aeneid. Aeneas is believed to be one of the founders of Rome, and his descendants, Romulus and Remus, are the legendary founders of the Roman Empire. The story of the Trojans is a tale of love, war, betrayal, and heroism. It has inspired countless works of literature, art, and drama throughout history and continues to captivate the imagination to this day.